I didn't bring my computer. And I'm
and we're
I haven't bring my
live.
computer. That's all right. We're going to get to our safe surveys, our feedback, give ourselves flowers, our clients actually giving us flowers. But hey, they came at us this last video.
Yeah.
Go watch our Sunday video drop. What was it titled? The best deal under $1 million
In Central
Oahu.
Oahu. Yeah.
And that could be triggering anywhere. It's especially triggering in Hawaii, where you have indigenous native people. You also have local people, and then you just have all kind, right? But bro, the people throwing stones at us wasn't even Hawaiian.
I know.
In fact, so one guy throwing stones at us, when I looked up the IG, like,
As one does.
You can't afford it. Or he's like, you're selling these homes, they're expensive, you're ruining things. Brada is driving a Benz. You know what I was driving up until recently?
Much.
Old Subaru Outback.
Yeah, he was.
I don't feel like I needed you to confirm that.
Can't confirm.
But we had a lot of stones thrown our way.
Yeah, I try my best not to read comments, but I watched the video and I was like, I feel like this was a good video. Like, fun.
I think it was a good video.
I like the house. I like the neighborhood, light. I thought it would be hard to hate,
yeah.
But I guess not.
You get
I
hate?
was wrong. Yeah.
You get hate?
Yeah,
but
but
something on your face over here.
What?
No, other cheek.
Is it ulu chips?
It probably is.
Ulu chip girl.
No, lower. No, look, the whole live stream can be lower. Use your phone camera to look. Okay.
Anyway.
I'm going to go ahead and knock out one of the
Sure
questions
ulu
before
chips on my face.
Ulu chips.
I don't know what else that could be.
Shout outs to Ulu chips.
Ulumana.
Ulumana chips.
Shout out to Ulumana for the
Who's
crumbs
our
on my
friends,
face.
and we bought chips. We bought chips for our closing baskets. Thank you, Kenny. We bought chips for our closing baskets, but I needed a little more crunch in my meal today. So sorry to one of our future closings. No Ulu chips. I'm going to do one of our questions while Mahi gets our safe survey comments pulled up. As always, go to coreteamhawaii.com. Go to the bottom. You can put it. You can plug that in. Oh, here. Go to coreteamhawaii.com. Go to the bottom. Fill out the contact form and hit us up for all your real estate needs. All right. First question was from JK6140. They knew of the assessment. So I'm going to have to get some context. I'll read the question. They knew of the assessment, but are saying they will pay it off. Why not just disclose it? So last week on our live stream, we were talking about, we had just within like 90 minutes gotten information in that these sellers of our buyers are purchasing a home. The sellers did not disclose an assessment and a maintenance fee increase.
The assessment was disclosed.
The assessment was disclosed. Okay, but not the maintenance fee increase.
Yeah, but they promised they had no knowledge of that and that they were not aware of it.
Doesn't
whatsoever.
seem likely that they had no knowledge of it, but it was discovered in the literal 11th hour. And, we want to go to bat for you in that situation. We also we're pissed off in that situation. And so we proceeded as such. And we talked about it on here vaguely, so you don't know confidential information. But why would they not just disclose it? You know what? Sometimes it can be hard to do the right thing, right? And a lot of people watching like, no, it's not. You just do the damn right thing.
Right.
Here's the thing. Let's say you're living in a building, and let's say you're like, in 9 months, I'm going to sell because in 9 months, my kids graduate, and that's when I sell. And the time comes up, and you call Core Team Hawaii, and you reach out to say, in 9 months I'm going to be selling. Can you come by and meet us and tell us, anything we should paint, touch up, declutter, get ready for staging? Help us with this process. 9 months, and we're working on it, No news is good news, working on it. And then the day we're supposed to go live on our listing, you get a letter from your HOA that says your maintenance fee is going to go up. Or you're 2 weeks into a 4-week escrow and you get that letter. It could be easy for one to rationalize and go, shit, I've been ignorant about this for 9 months. Maybe the board members knew, but I didn't know. And easy to play dumb, right? Like it would be, I could have easily remained ignorant for 2 more weeks. And if this is going to affect me in the order of like $10,000, I prefer to be ignorant. It'd be easy to play ignorant. And it seems that's what these people are doing. Or they knew about it for a long time and they're just being assholes. You know, sorry, NSFW. Sorry if your kids are watching. But one thing I've learned in real estate is never let our ego get in front of the deal. So we went to bat as hard as our clients wanted us to, and probably then some. And we got some credit, and that deal's actually closing. And we can read you the review from these clients. Actually, let's do that one first. While that's being pulled up, in regards to the ego thing, when people were buying during COVID, during the spring and the summer of 2020, especially the spring of 2020, when the world was shut down and there was mass fear in the markets and in the ether and the culture, everyone was afraid. I felt bad. I remember these clients. Shout out to Rob and Nan. I remember thinking, they're experienced home buyers. I was thinking, man, I feel bad making this money. I'm making this commission and they're buying while the world shut down. I almost feel wrong making this money. Well, they were geniuses because then the 2020 and 2021 low interest rate market ran and they got in at the best time in 15 years. And, they did great. So my ego or my emotions could have ruined that deal, and I would have lost them hundreds of thousands of dollars if I talked them out of it, right? Good thing they were stronger than that. But let's switch to our safe survey, and this one's about you guys, right? All right, I'll read it.
You want that long one or the short one? Because they're both from them.
Oh, where's the short one?
This one's the short one, also from them.
Okay. Kenji, I'm going to do Kate and... Kat and Michael.
Yeah.
All right. I'm very appreciative of Aiden and Mahe. Probably I will never meet a realtor that beats the team. I can tell because my dad was a realtor from Coldwell Banker for 10 years. That's a pretty high compliment. You know what? I'm just going to read the long one from them too. You got the long one? All right. If I was writing a book on our move to Hawaii, it would open with rule number 1 on moving to Hawaii. Talk to Aiden and Mahe. Hey, that's Derek's team. I didn't show that.
Call Derek.
Okay. It was difficult searching for apartments and coordinating remote viewings. A lot of properties required only in-person viewing, so we decided to see if we could afford to buy a condo instead of rent. For the first meeting, Aiden was straightforward on the expectations and how the process would look like. He referred us to a lender who did not mess around and gave us sound guidance. We searched for about a month. When we found the property we really liked, Aiden and Mahe did an outstanding job conducting a full, thorough virtual walkthrough and answered questions we didn't know we had. Questions we didn't even know we had. I want to stop on that because you're an agent. You want to get paid. It's like, you're not asking about that. I'm not bringing it up, right? No, they're like pointing out things you didn't even know you need to look for. I love that. All right. After less than a week on the market, we got our offer accepted and beat all other offers on our first attempt. We constantly told the team it seemed too good to be true. The home buying process was going so smooth. And then in escrow, when the disclosures came, the semi-rough ride storm started. But it's Team Aiden and Mahe you want behind the wheel and navigating. Communication was clear and constant. They kept us on top of every deadline from day one. They always were available for calls, and Aiden kept us up to date with totally not annoying. Aiden's right over there. With totally not annoying group texts. I don't think she's being facetious.
I don't think so either.
I think she literally means those group texts are great. They had our best interest in mind and got to the bottom of all of our concerns. Our move could not have been going smoother. Big thank you to Core Team Hawaii's Team Aiden and Mahe. And I say that jokingly, like, hey, Derek too. I'm over here. I'm running the team in the background. But on a serious note, that is true. We have high-level things that happen in the background, but less about me. There's also Zyrel. There's also Charlotte, Judy. You may or may not be affected by our marketing from our other assistant, Debbie.
We really are like a well-oiled team. Like
We are
a well-oiled machine that whether it's me, whether it's Aiden, whether it's me and Aiden, whether it's Kenny and Kimmy or me and you or whatever, like you're getting a little bit of each one of us. And then we have this badass leverage team that just like makes it run so smooth. And we're so spoiled. Like I'm very spoiled because I just have like a Zyrel in my back pocket, you know?
I remember when one of our assistants' anniversary came up, I jokingly said, "Oh, you guys think we should keep her or what?" You remember what you said?
That I would like leave.
Yeah,
I would.
Like,
Well, I would literally
lose her, you lose me.
But they're just awesome, and so thank you, Kat and Michael, for the flowers. But really, it's Zyrel's name.
Shout out to our team,
Zyrel and Judy and everybody, all the ladies, everybody on the team. Whether
and I experienced this maybe more than anyone else, but when or actually Zyrel experiences this more than anyone. But of us guys, I probably experience it more. But everyone contributes. Like even if it's in some way or another, even if it's just Aiden went and did a quick thing for Kenny the other day because he had ended up double booked, or just getting opinion on some comps, you know. The whole team really kind of affects every client, but not everyone. If you're not aware of it, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So if they're only working with Mahe and they're like, Mahe, I don't know how she does it. It's like, well, because we are all contributing. That's great. And unsung heroes are a cool thing. That means a team is really working. And real estate and even lending shops, like say that there's this team environment, but really what it is individuals in proximity to one another, and the thing isn't cohesive. You know, everyone is not a positional player, and they're just, individuals and duos all in proximity to each other, and that's clunky. Everyone here knows their role, and it makes our real estate process really smooth. Now, sometimes things are outside of our control. We can't control interest rates, which have been annoying recently. We can't control political cycles, which have been annoying recently. But for what we can control, we do a pretty damn good job. Yeah, so that's why you hit us up. So you go to coreteamwhite.com and go to the bottom. Let's do Kenny, the short one from Natasha. All right, let you read that.
From Natasha, Kenny's doing fabulous still. He's always awesome. Natasha, thank you for participating in our safe survey every week. You're like our VIP, our MVP safe survey participant. Thank you for always giving Kenny his flowers. We appreciate it. And thanks for letting us know that he's doing an awesome job. We always know that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Kenny too. Kenny sent me a pretty, I don't know if you want me to share this, but you know what?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to do it. Let me see.
But you know what? I don't care. Like,
all right. He's saying genuine thank you in person, but here's a quick text. Kenny exceeded his goal for the year.
Awesome.
He set out to out-earn his spouse, which Kenny's spouse is a military officer, and I think it's an awesome thing as the guy of the house as she's transitioning into post-military career. He has his first year, at least in recent years, out earning her. And he talks about the trust, the space, the support, accountability, and hitting the sweet spot. What prompted this is we were doing some comps, and Aiden and I, probably the two like numbers bros, we ran the numbers and we're like, nah, dude, you're right in the sweet spot on a not easy property to. This is Kaneohe Huimanu. It's not an easy one to
not
comp.
like not a CPR, but almost CPR vibes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
and so to comp it is challenging, and we were like, oh, you're right on. And here's what I told Kenny: you have arguably the best follow up on the team. No shade to anyone else. And
I would say that's not arguable.
Yeah, and you definitely have got the show up. So follow up. You already have the best follow up on the team, and you definitely have the show up. You've earned that, man. Stoked for you. So just sharing a little bro moment with Kenny and I, and just more about the team, man. The team team's awesome. All right, what do we
The
got
team
next?
is awesome. We had a couple. No, did we already answer that question? We did.
What's the theme? I like the thumbnail. Where'd you get that turkey? You made the turkey. What, 350? 350 until 165 internal.
No, 8 degrees for 4 days.
Huh?
8 degrees for 4 days.
8 degrees. That's frozen turkey.
For 4 days in the oven.
That's still frozen.
You never see Reptoy.
No. I told you. Yeah. Anyway. There's some
really?
comments. Oh, we got to get to the comments.
Not even on the live show.
Yeah, let us know your comments. Prompt questions. We'll get in there and address them. We want to, obviously, given that it's a Tuesday right before Thanksgiving, go over some things we're thankful for. And then in true Core Team Hawaii, honest and authentic style, go over some things we are not thankful for. But you want to, before we go good and bad, thankful and not, do you have some
I
questions?
totally phased out on what you were just saying.
No,
So
do you have
let's
some
do this one
questions?
first. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. From E, what's your opinion on Aloha renovation? Are they making it better for housing in Hawaii?
Oh, the HGTV show. I think that when something is really glaring to us, we assign a higher level of importance and impact to it than it may really have. So bottom line is no shade. Those guys are cool. I don't watch HGTV period, but when I was in Tennessee this last time, my parents watched it, or maybe it was the time before or something. And so I watched a couple shows, and it was good content. It was good shows. I don't think they make any big impact on Hawaii. Like as a percentage, I think the objective data would show that a flipper does not really move the market in terms of cost and price in any good way, or in any significant way. The percentage is, say there's 10,000 real estate sides done in a year, and those guys flip 100 homes. It doesn't, and those are in several different markets. They don't move the markets. They're not, Elon Musk tweeting or Bill Gates or something like that. But to a comment that we got, one of the stones thrown at us in our last video from Sunday that I asked you guys to go watch. People are like, you greedy realtors, you guys taking this home and then you just selling it. Look, we didn't buy that house. If we were selling Kamo Hythem's listing, the Aloha renovation people, we didn't buy their house either. We're the agents. And here's the thing. Do you want the house to sit in your neighborhood and disrepair? Like at that point, lending, Fannie and Freddie and the lenders and stuff can't have it's not lendable. So people need to figure out cash and creative solutions and figure out how to get the job done. And these guys know how to do it. So do you want a home? Leave me a comment in the comment section. If you have a former hoarder home that's all bust and now vacant and weeds overgrowing the house, do you want it to sit like that until someone of your ethnic and socio-political background and cultural background, someone, you want a local person, you want a Japanese person, not us, we don't steer like that. You want a Filipino, you want that. So you're going to just wait until that person has, $600,000 to buy the house and another $300,000 to renovate it. You want to wait for that to happen, or a flipper buy it, do that for you, and then sell the house in the free market. I do not lose sleep over someone's virtue signaled stones being thrown at me. I understand the way the markets move. I'm speaking for me. And so they, in a way, you could say they affect the housing market in a good way because they're making nice homes and adding those back to the community. Now, do a lot of people love and celebrate when a local family can buy that? That's amazing. We'll probably get later in the show, though. Inflation, devaluation of the dollar, inflation, rising prices happen everywhere. In Tennessee, where my dad then lived, the thing that used to cost $200,000 then cost $600,000. So those families that have lived an hour outside of Nashville for generations, and now the $200,000 home is $600,000. That's really hard for them. it's not just a local Hawaii problem, but because we only think of it through a Hawaii lens, we see it as just a us problem. This is really an American American market problem in terms of housing affordability and or lack of affordability. Okay. That was a soapbox.
That was a good one though.
What's the next one?
Anthony, how do you feel like Koa Ridge is moving along? When is the social area, I think the village, slated to be finished? It's a little bit slower right now. They've slowed down a bit. They are taking a beat on things like Condo to try and liven it up a bit with selling off some commercial spaces, which would be kind of the area surrounding the village. So my assumption is that's probably the goal, is they want to activate more of that stuff so they can turn that sort of like town center, area into like a thing that's happening. But as far as when that's going to happen, I don't know. They just pushed back Condo residential building to account for commercial. So, I mean, I don't think it's anytime real soon, but
Did they, you say it nicely.
okay.
They couldn't sell the condos at the price they wanted to.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Which we've said that I think last week.
Yeah.
But they couldn't sell condos for $1 million that they wanted to. So they figure if they develop the stuff he's asking or she's asking about, then maybe those condos could be seen as $1 million condos.
Yeah. Yeah.
In years from now, probably.
Lokahi for life. Can't make everyone happy. Some people are just unhappy. Y'all seem so chill. Thank you. But facts. You can't make everyone happy, and that's okay.
Yeah. I actually have a solution for dilapidated houses that I'm going to talk to one of the politicians about and see if it's actually even a possibility. But the thing is the bureaucratic government process, if we did that, would add so much red tape, just so much waste that I don't think it would make for cheaper housing. I'm going to have a conversation with probably Augie about it.
Augie, that's so crazy to me that he's like a politician now.
Hey, and he get them.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Rabbit 90. What are prices like in Pearl City? Well, for single family homes, in the last few months, I think we just closed a couple months ago now.
And you know what? I'm going to go to maps because for the people who aren't familiar with Pearl City, and even for Mahi, I want to frame what she's going to say a little bit, although I think we're already on the same page most likely. So there's Pearl City, and then there's Aiea. In between, you have a few places, Newtown, Waimalu, Waiau. You notice that Newtown could easily be called like Waimalu Valley, but they're like, no,
we're at Newtown.
Don't call us Waimalu.
Newtown.
Because all of the rest of Waimalu isn't really. So Moanalua is like, oh, Moanalua Valley. But they're like,
no,
we're not Waimalu Valley. Not even act.
Pearl City Valley.
yeah. But Pearl City is all of this stuff before the H1, H2 either merge or split, depending on which direction you're going. And what I wanted to point out to Mahi, which I think she already, we're going Cam Highway and Mauka.
Oh, yeah. I almost never, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you even get down there? Nothing.
Rehua area.
I'm joking.
So some people may say, oh, but I was doing on a website and I saw a home for less than what Mahi said the average home goes for. And it's in Pearl City. But I'll just say down here is its own thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
And so when we're talking Pearl City, we're talking Mauka or north of.
I'm talking like.
Mauka doesn't mean north, by the way. It means towards the mountains.
Yeah.
Happens to be north in this instance.
Mauka of like Walmart even.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah.
So
not Dae adjacent, huh?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, Mauka.
Yeah.
Past Rainbow Bridge. Yeah. So we had clients who were looking in there for like a year, probably long time.
Rachel and Nam.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys. They've been in their new place for a few months now. Check in on them again before the holidays. But everything we were offering on, and it's kind of like a lot of the same product that pops up in Pearl City, and it's usually like grandma's property or something, that's not super renovated. Everything we saw was not super renovated. Yeah. Well kept though, in good condition. Like they kept it nice. Maybe small things redone, like flooring may have been redone. but other than that, like nothing overly, like still single wall a lot of the time, but that's just
Pro City's old homes.
Yeah, older homes.
Put it simply, old houses.
Older houses.
For the most part.
But for single family homes that were, just like a normal 5,000 to 7,000 square foot lot size, and then like a 15-ish hundred footprint of the house, they were all around the $1 million range. If we're looking in Pro City, in like the Manana area, this way, or even in like the Momilani area, might have been a little bit higher for that same thing.
If you're in Momilani Elementary School District, that elementary school, the number, usually, it could change. These videos are evergreen. Oftentimes, historically, it's rated the number one elementary school in the whole state. So there's that adds a certain price increase.
Yeah, around $1 million for single family homes.
Entry. You're saying around, that's like entry, or you're saying that's average?
At the time we were looking, which is a couple months ago now, but I would assume it's not going to be higher than that now. Yeah, it would be average because we weren't looking at like, homes that needed a lot of work or anything. Like, and it wasn't. But
entry level homes, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not looking at 4 bedrooms, 2,500.
No, there were like 4 bedrooms, and maybe like 18 to 2,000 square feet.
For $1 million.
Yeah. For like $1 million or just above $1 million.
But
and that's
pretty bus up, yeah.
Not bus up, just not like you could totally live there.
Because I'm thinking
you could totally, move in and not do anything, but you probably would.
I was thinking a little. So Mahi has been helping specific clients in this neighborhood for like a year or two. I was thinking a little bit more 1.1, but maybe my mind's a little in 2021.
If they've redone stuff.
Yeah.
Like if they've renovated stuff. I saw one in like more up Pro City for 1.1, a little bit over 1.1, but they had like a jacuzzi and their whole landscaping was all nice.
I mean, you
they
could
had
go
redone
1.5
everything.
and
You
right part
could
out.
for the right, like something big and nice up in, even in Aiea Heights, I've seen a few in there. They're like, oh my God,
Aiea
like
Heights
so
views.
nice.
I'm gonna just go on a whim. I drop my guy somewhere, and I'm gonna make a statement. Just tell me. I'm gonna go right here. Oh,
million.
The opposite of my statement. Well, you know what? Part 2 to my statement. So, there we go. Perfect.
What?
How did I call it? Because CoreTeamHawaii.com is your real estate experts.
What?
That's why. What I was gonna say is in Pro City. The thing is you could have a super cherry house, a super nice house, but you don't know what else get on that street because it is so old. Things have evolved and digressed or progressed in different directions. You know, kind of.
And
you
then
know
there
where I'm
are,
going.
Yep.
And so look at this perfect house, like perfect yard. I asked on the video. One person answered. I was like, when you see these kind of manicured.
Somebody answered?
Somebody
Okay,
answered.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you saw him,
I know who
Keji.
lives here.
Yeah, they're like, I know who lives
That's
here.
my auntie.
Yeah, so look at this perfect manicured yard.
Yeah.
And then I'm not saying these other people are bad people, but look, get boxes.
Oh my
And it's a small
gosh.
house. Like, where else you can put your boxes? But I'm just saying, like in Pro City, there's a variety. And so you could make your house the most amazing Kahala Avenue house in the world. There's things pulling you down where you could never exceed like an average of 1.8 million. Like it's just not Kailua, you know what I mean?
And there's also little pockets in Pro City where if you're not familiar with it, then you wouldn't know the difference. Like there's a specific roundabout that if you live Mauka of that roundabout, like you know that even
Talking
though
about where you used to live.
yeah, I did not live Mauka.
Oh, yeah.
I lived Makai of that roundabout
Yeah.
where even though neither side of that neighborhood is like a HOA at all,
Yeah.
like we talked about in our Wahiawa video, there are some communities where like we like that kind, where it's not an HOA and it's an older community, but
Right.
everybody has just actively made the decision to want their stuff to look nice.
Right.
And Pro City is like that, to where there are some certain areas where it's like, oh yeah, we know.
Bro, as I'm clicking through here, everything's pretty damn nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the yards are like pretty dang nice. It's just older.
Yeah.
But there are some areas to what we
Yeah,
were
like where I
saying.
grew up. Yeah. Not our house.
But
Our house
sometimes
was
same
nice.
street because there's no HOA. Sometimes same street. There's like
Sometimes it's right next door to you.
right next door to you. And Pro City's a weird one where a lot of like thoroughfare streets, like Komomai Drive, like
Yeah.
a lot of places that have fast cars driving by. Like it's almost like a Mario Kart track or something.
That's why they put all kind of roundabouts
You
in
know
there
what I
now.
mean?
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
you're cutting through to go here, to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, these are all nice. I'm having a hard time proving my point that sometimes there's bust up stuff. Wait. You saw him.
What?
This.
That's barely. That's
this
just
like tarp.
That's just one easy up tent with cinder blocks. The whole house still looks nice though.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not as nice as some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, Pro City, that's why you guys, you guys know who you are. That's why you guys sought after area.
But also condos, there are a lot of little small buildings in or like complexes in Pro City that are more on the affordable side, like in the 400s and 500s. So varying in how nice they are. And you got to kind of like pay attention because some of them are closer to Cam Highway than others. So if things like street noise or anything like that or proximity to the freeway is bothersome to you.
You turn by 7-Eleven, you'd be in between Cam Highway and the freeway.
Yeah.
And,
So
yeah.
the more expensive, I mean, obviously it's a little bit more affordable if you're like close to that stuff. But,
Yeah.
oh, actually, Ketham's, their place is like, they don't care about the street noise, but it's like the grounds is nice.
Yeah.
And it's,
Well, they can hear like a consistent hum from
but
the
you can
freeway.
hear a consistent hum from the freeway. Yeah. Yeah.
Even, Bryce, my brother-in-law, their house, you hear like a shh
Yeah.
from the freeway.
Yeah.
All right. Follow-up question?
Follow-up question. If the condos, this is Koa Ridge, couldn't sell at that price, how are the home sales doing? The home sales are still doing okay. I think Nanea probably does the best out of theirs, and that's the standalone bigger houses.
Waipahu still get, yeah?
Waipahu still has inventory.
You know why? Because Waipahu, they're just smaller.
They are smaller homes. I like Waipahu houses though. They're like, they get the job done. The maintenance fee is low comparatively.
Yeah, they're
Like
cool.
a CPR house in, Eva Beach is like 300 something, for their HOA, their
I just
maintenance.
wonder, people at that level, at the Waipahu level, they go, you know what? I'll go to Ho'opili and get a bigger home.
Possibly. Yeah.
Well, I'll do a little more driving and I'll get a bigger home. Where at Nanea level, they're like, no, this is where we want to be. Forever home.
Yeah.
Forever homes.
Forever homes. Yeah.
Forever homes.
Neil, I saw in the news there were several planning meetings on Oahu, specifically in Pro City, Pro Ridge area. They say they're going to build new buildings. Any news about that Cam Drive-In area? I don't know about that.
And I wonder what they're going to do at Cam Drive-In, actually. That's really prime real estate, and there's nothing there. You know what they do right now? They stage new cars there. So I don't know if whoever owns it or the city or whatever leases it out, but Honda and Ford have excess inventory. They'll go stage it over there.
Really? We're talking about the drive-in where the
You
movie,
said movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wondered like what's going on up
Have
there
you
now.
seen that, Kenj? Car stage over there? No? I'm pretty sure I'm not making that up.
I don't know. I just know I used to go swap meet over there all the time.
You used to. Oh, you old, huh?
Yeah.
See,
We
she
used
always
to, like-
teases me about being old, but if you went Cam...
Hey, but
Cam
you could go. Cam Drive, swap meet was different, okay? It's not like Aloha. Aloha Stadium is like nice, okay? Cam
Aloha
Drive-In is
Stadium
like...
is the same people. So let's talk about swap meet. Flea market or swap meet? One, what do you call it? A flea market or a swap meet? Was it called swap meet
It
at
was
Cam?
called swap meet. And it was like, you could go get like maybe a Barbie had, was brown on the bottom and white on the top. Like you could just had like, used stuff, any kind of stuff, maybe.
Like you then.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe her hair was cut or something, you could still buy that.
Well, here's the thing. I was born in the South, the deep South. And we have flea markets. And it wasn't necessarily the same people like vendors, like you go to Waikele, there's the same food trucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how Aloha Stadium is.
Yes.
It's the same people who are in business all year round.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cam used to be, I
We
might
used to
just
sell stuff
doing
there
my yard
sometimes.
sale because
Yep.
I get extra stuff this week.
Yep.
So I pay a fee to get in. And it was more of that. It was more of
I feel
a
like-
big yard sale.
You know what? I feel like you could haggle more at Camp Drive-In than you could.
Oh, yeah.
At Aloha Stadium's kind of just like, hey, I'm here every week. That's how much it costs.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
I carry inventory.
Yeah, right.
Whereas at Cam, you're like, bro, I know you like get rid of this,
Yeah.
baseball
You know what?
card.
I don't want 10 apple bananas. Maybe I just want 4.
Yeah.
I
I can break this.
would break this apple banana budget half. I give you $2.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay. I only went once or twice though,
Parents just got. I had a Auntie Janet. One of my aunties used to want to sell there all the time, so we were there a lot.
The one who owes Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Parents just got a house in Pro City, but neighbors passive aggressive complained about mainlanders buying houses. Sorry about that, but you know what? Gonna have one of those everywhere.
Yeah, but you know what? Oh, I cannot say the things I want to say. Certain people, certain cultural.
I know already.
You already know.
Yeah, and for the place that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know.
And the yards manicured the way they are.
Didn't we have one of
If
this?
you're
Where
picking
was
up
that?
what I'm putting down.
Where do we have
when
that?
you go and you see real manicured yards, maybe you see a little concrete, like look like when Bioro Temple concrete.
Oh wow! Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Stepping on the line, huh?
Oh wow! Okay.
Maybe you see bonsai tree, rock garden where no more grass, and
It's my grandpa's house.
And then sometimes culturally, people can be more passive aggressive, and I'm being funny, but it's not wrong. It's different, right?
Yeah.
And
oh no, every neighborhood like my auntie across the street from us in Wailua was always peek through the blinds like.
But they passive aggressive with their family too.
Yes, that's just how it is. Yeah.
Nice to see you, Fos.
Yeah.
First of all, why is it Fos?
I don't know.
FOSE, yeah.
I put the K.
No, you
yes,
do.
I do.
Always.
Yes.
Oh, nice to see Kenji. You know Fos.
No.
You know Fos. What? Nice to see you, Fos. And then they go, you saw what she was wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. The passive aggressiveness is.
Or like the so good to see you. You should come around more.
Yeah.
You never come Auntie's house when everybody came for clean though.
Oh, you must have been busy when we was all working hard.
We know you're busy. We know you're busy. You're big time now, yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway, you just gotta have some of that.
It's gonna happen.
It's just gonna happen sometimes.
Oh, we're on one today, huh?
Oh my God. Okay. Do you guys have, let's bring it back to real estate. Do you guys have a comprehensive checklist for things to consider and confirm before buying a condo these days? We have a pretty comprehensive list of.
We don't have a checklist that we go over with you, and maybe we should. You know how I said earlier, if you were on the live stream earlier, I talked about how we all have our positional roles on the team. I would have Aiden head that project up.
Yeah.
And we could. We don't.
Well,
if you want to be a part of it and buy a condo, let us know. We have our own back end. Like, we know what we're looking for. I tend
to think that, there's like, our forward-facing checklist is like, hey, we're going to ask about this.
Yeah.
And then the legwork that goes into the behind the scenes of that, I don't know that that's necessarily something that everybody wants all the details on, because it's, for them, the end result is, does it look okay or not?
Yeah. Aiden.
And the questions change too. So
can you read the question to Aiden?
Yeah. Do you guys have a comprehensive checklist for things to consider and confirm before buying a condo these days?
Do you think because it'll vary condo to condo, townhome, who's the insurer, but should we have a checklist that we're like collaboratively doing with the client? Does that make sense?
I don't think so. I think I think the way I do it is
the way I do it.
I need to check this.
Yeah.
We're going to look at houses. When you find the ones that are like, hey, these are players.
Here, come on the mic.
That's a good point. While Aiden gets set up, what he's saying is,
it doesn't make sense to do
it's better. The more efficient thing, I think we're saying, is to disqualify most of the properties.
Yeah. What camera are I looking?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, find
His legs are so sore too from working out.
Find the.
We did legs yesterday.
Yeah, I double legged up.
Oh, I know.
Double legged up. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So when you're looking for a condo or a townhome, look for the townhomes first, but we want to eliminate as much as possible, so that by the time you're like, hey, we saw 5 properties, these 2 stand out. Then on our side, we'll go ahead and look into the association, who's the insurer, what's the master policy look like, what are these questions that we're going to ask. When we get those questions asked and answered, then we go back to the client, say, hey, of these 2, these are the master policies. To our understanding, this, and this checks out. Let's also cross-reference with lender. Lender cross-references says, hey, this is most likely good to go. No large increases due to insurance shortfalls because all of it is covered. We're good to go. Underwriters probably will pass this from past experiences. Now we do comps. Now we write offer, get accepted, move through.
That's a good point. Yeah. So we're not like the census, or we're not this auditing company, and neither should you spend your time spinning your wheels too much. Let's just look at the houses that we normally would, of the ones because fact of the matter is, of 100 condos, you don't like 90 plus of them.
Yeah.
And of the ones you like, let's dig in on those.
Yeah.
And we do have a list for that.
Yeah. I think to answer your question, yes, we do have a list. It's a lot. It's kind of a lot. It's a lot of legwork that goes into it. So really, for you as the buyer, if you're going to coreteamhawaii.com to jump on a console for us.
She's doing my call to action.
So we could drop some more knowledge one-on-one. But for you, forward-facing, for the buyer, it's like, hey, look at things. Do I like anything? If I do, tell Core Team Hawaii. They can look into it for me, and then we can, collaborate from there. Because there's a kind of a lot of legwork that goes into the back end of it that it's not necessary it's not efficient use of your time to look into all of that.
The type of person asking that question, you're probably more thorough. Like
maybe they're checklists.
On the DISC personality, they're high C, compliance.
Maybe.
You can check out all the doctor stuff. You're going to get...
But you know what, though? If he's like, hey, I just want to me, public, person who doesn't have access to the MLS, who doesn't, know who to call, who doesn't know who the HOAs are.
I just want to go do the legwork.
You can't really do that on your own.
Yeah, we actually sometimes can't get the answers as licensed agents that we want.
Right. It's, it's not public. It's not like public information that you can Google and say like, hey, what does the condo docs look like on this? It's a... I
mean, if you're trying to do like an NPR or Vice investigative piece and then publish data on all the ones you call, that's like a whole different thing. Let us know. We will facilitate.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know, because we'll give you the questions. You go do all that work. That'd be beneficial to us. And if it's fun for you, then geez.
Okay. Nereida, what's up, girl? I know this isn't super relevant, but out of curiosity, due to the high demand and low inventory of homes, do you feel there is too many realtors in Hawaii? Love your channel. I mean, there's so many realtors, not just in Hawaii, everywhere. I feel like everyone knows a realtor or something.
There are excess people in sales and marketing in every industry.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there's the idea of earning well and helping people. There's the people who are good and who you want to do that. And then there's a bunch of extra people. Some of them just aren't good. Some of them are okay doing a few deals a year and existing. Some are doing property management, but they show up as agents. And some are soul searching, not goal searching. Proverb from Kenji Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The prophet.
The prophet.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot, but too many. It depends. No, I don't say there's too many, because if you are in production and you're doing well and you're making it your livelihood and your full-time job, there's not a ton of us that do that well.
Well, I wonder, a small percentage are actually living off of real estate. Mm-hmm. But I wonder what the motivation for the question is, Nereida. So you can...
Are you trying to get into real estate, girl? Because if you are, give me a call. We'll talk story. And
that, or are you saying like, hey, they're making, housing less affordable? Like, what depends on the context of your question, like the motivation behind it. You got more questions?
Is there a real benefit? Hold on. Is there a real benefit connecting the islands by some means of transportation? The monorail seems to be overwhelming to the infrastructure. Has the monorail benefited Oahu by relieving traffic congestion?
No, I rode the rail with my family for fun. And there was us, and then 2 kids were going to the mall. Two kids were going Pro Ridge. And then a couple of other tourists rode.
Yeah, so it's not heavily used, or...
No, it's mostly pointless, and they're just getting their reps in right now until it goes to town and or airport and or university. It is not effective right now. And was the juice worth the squeeze? Well, right now, no. But are we pot committed if you play poker? Like when you play poker, you put a certain amount of your chips in, you're like, shit, if I backed out now, I'm not even competitive. I'll get bullied out of this game. I gotta just hope for my low odds, and hope a jack hits on the river or whatever. Like, we're pot committed to the rail financially. It seems it's too late to go back, but right now it is not effective. But you're saying connecting the islands. There was the super ferry.
Super ferry, yeah. They didn't go through the appropriate avenues though before getting started, so it got shut down.
Is that why?
Yeah, they didn't like do whatever the environmental EIS whatever study is. They didn't complete that the way they should have, which
I
is
thought
why,
it was like the surfers on Kauai.
yeah, but that's why they had the ability to shut it down. Is because they didn't go through the right avenues.
Because Kauai has a certain culture to it. Like, don't come to Kauai, but a lot of other local people. Because Kauai,
I know plenty of local people who were so sad when they got rid of that.
yeah, because if you have family on Maui, if you want to go see your family,
I could just drive
with your
my car and go and see, and it wouldn't
Go
cost
pick up
me.
your auntie.
It wouldn't cost me $500 to, I could see my family way more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Even my
and-
kids could see their dad more. Like, there's just a lot of local families, or like families who, catch the plane to go work hotel or whatever. They wouldn't have to do that they didn't have to stay away a whole week or 2 weeks or a month at a time.
Yeah.
There were a lot of other, I can see where the protesters and people who are against it, where they're coming from, I guess. But there were so many like local people who really benefited and really, counted on and liked it.
Imagine people from Molokai. Oh, I can go do my own Costco shopping on the super ferry.
And no more even
And
the
bring-
Molokai princess anymore, I think.
Bring like a pallet back. That would be major.
Yeah. Just take your truck, fill up your truck with your Costco stuff.
Yeah. I also think there could be, now outer island people, some of them probably disagree with this, but I just think it's beautiful to see the different people from the different islands unite like they did around the Lahaina fires. And I was just in Kauai this past weekend, and my uncle, love you, Uncle Ricky, they gave him 2 weeks to live, and I got to go there and just be around, Kauai people and the whole Kauai vibe. And I like the unification, the unity of Hawaii when it happens. And I think it would be cool. But is it economically profitable? Will the market drive it? Certainly we don't want the government setting it up. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Nereida said, just curious in terms of aggressiveness and pushiness of other realtors, not including you guys.
What, people been hitting you up? You know what you tell them.
It's freaking, I won't say his name, but he'd be sending flyers to my house for Kyle like all the time.
Yeah.
Mailers. I was like, just freaking,
What's
you know who it is?
No. What's the initial? What's the first initial?
D.
Oh,
You already know.
punchable face.
Yes.
You said punchable face.
Yes.
I knew that's Mahe. I didn't say
And
punchable.
no names.
No names.
But just one letter that you got it that fast.
Yeah, I knew.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Well, you know what you do? You tell them that you're an assigned. I don't know if I can tell you to say this, but what I know is that if you made the decision to tell someone that you were in a signed buyer's agreement with Derek and Mahe, then it would be against the ethics for them to pursue you further. So just say, I have an agent and we're actually in an agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, when one of your clients is looking for a distressed property, do you have GCs and contractors to recommend to do the work?
Yeah. If I could point the cameras I got work being done across the street. And it depends on what level, right? Do you want a fully, is it a flip? Is it we're doing roofing? We got that. But for that, you approach that with like a business plan and underwriting and spreadsheets, and you probably want to get multiple bids outside of just who we recommend. Because here's the thing with contractors. I'm a contractor. I have a 20-person crew. I have 4-man crew on 5 jobs, and I'm at capacity. If I happen to be at capacity to take your job, I got to bid it here. But if I'm not at capacity, then I bid here because I want the work. And so it's we have our contractors, short answer, yes. And you will get more bids than even the ones we give you. But not many clients are buying distressed properties.
Yeah.
It's just not happening quite
Or
often.
even if you just mean, even if it's not a distressed property, just like a fixer.
Like a fixer.
Yeah, we have. I mean, people buy.
We got
fixers.
that for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, when you say distressed, I'm thinking of a tear down.
Like like a short sale or something, you know.
But a fixer all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, with multiple.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there any progress from the electric sea gliders to replace the ferry service? I don't even know what that is. Electric sea gliders? Do you know what that is?
You don't know about that?
I can't tell if you're joking with me right now.
I'm joking.
Okay, I was like, I feel like you don't know what that is
I don't know
either.
what that is either.
No, I'm sorry. If there has been progress, we are not aware of it.
I don't know what that is.
We don't know
Sorry.
the update for that.
Yeah, I apologize.
My bad. I think we're all caught up on
Wow.
questions.
Thank you guys for all the good questions today.
Very engaging crowd today. Thank you guys. We love, we find just being Portuguese and talking story up here anyway, but it's always nice when we actually have questions.
You're not supposed to call out ethnicities,
hey, I'm
bro.
Portuguese. I can say that. You see how much my hands move when I talk? Everybody knows already.
Well, we're not talking about neighborhoods.
No, we're talking about myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, anything else? I don't think
No.
so.
Well, Thanksgiving. So what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for...
Or not thankful for?
Like life kind or like work kind?
Mainly work. Could be life if you want.
Mainly work. Oh, okay. I feel like you have some stuff primed, so why don't you go first?
I can, I always got it off the cuff.
No, I feel like you planned this, so you already made one script already of stuff you like saying.
I'm just freestyle, throw me in the cipher.
Up.
Throw me in the cipher.
Oh my God.
You know what a cipher is?
No, it's a puzzle where you have to figure out, that is what it's like National Treasure where you do the thing. And
Cipher is like freestyle. Like you're in a circle and then you go out for their bar and you do that.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't
Or
be.
like from Pitch Perfect where they have to use the word from the last song to pick a new song to sing. That one?
I don't know.
Is that
I never
technically-
watched Pitch Perfect.
Oh, okay, whatever.
All right. Thankful? You thankful for anything?
I am thankful for clients who trust us and are, look to us and trust our guidance and are calm when we are faced with something that is very frustrating that I would be very emotional and frustrated with. I am not thankful for those stressful situations, especially when I don't feel like
They're necessary. We're being lied to.
Yeah, I don't like being lied to. I don't
or hid, at least the full truth not disclosed.
Yeah. Or even if not being lied to, I don't like the way you act like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't like being minimized. I don't like my clients' concerns being minimized.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. We got some of those.
Yeah, we definitely have some of those. I'm like, I'm thankful for my patience.
I never. Yeah, it's amazing to me some of the things that are perpetuated in these real estate negotiations. Like, don't get me wrong. I like and respect a good negotiation. In fact, if you find a position of leverage and you just got me and there's a way you go, oh, Derek, I fucking got you. So
Like, I hate you right now, but
I'm like,
I'm gonna
I
dap you
hate
up for
you,
that.
but you're doing the right thing for your client.
Yeah.
And now I'm forced to go back to my client and say, look, it is what it is. We have to remove emotion. What's an example? My buyer wants to go for a credit, and there we have this jockeying back and forth, and we leveraged like, this thing is broken, and we got quotes that said 5,000 because this thing don't close on the house. And the chimney don't close on the house. And we got quotes for 5,000, and they go, and very objectively, here's like my quote, and we need a credit for 5,000. And then they go, oh yeah, well our guy went out there and they could totally see how it would be 5,000, but on this model, if you actually just change the screw, we're talking
still work for
a few
10 more
$100.
years.
So
yeah.
do you want to have your guy come out and check my guy's repair? We're happy to do that for you, Derek, but we will not be offering credits. And then if my buyer's like, it's like, hey, is what it is. They did the right, rather than just take our word for face value, they did their due diligence, and they're not offering credits. Now, do we still have the threat to cancel?
Sure.
We do. In fact, not just the threat. May you cancel if you just choose? Yes. the backup offer that they're saying that they have, is it legitimate? I'll give you my best assessment of how legitimate, how good that backup offer is. Is it within 5,000 of us? Is it outside of 5,000? It's not like 5,000 credit would still be their best outcome, but they're like, we're not giving it to you based on principle. We'll take 8,000 less. It's a possibility too. It's a free market. They can do what they want to do. When a good agent goes about it the right way, does the right thing for their client, and makes me have a tough conversation with our client, I respect it, and I'm capable of the tough conversations. But sometimes these people, they just perpetuate grossness.
Yeah.
Just gross
Just like
sales.
sometimes on the other end, I'm like, this is why people don't like us.
Yeah.
This is why people
I don't like being in the same bucket as you, brah.
like, you know what? Not act.
Nah.
Not act, okay?
Don't be punchable.
Yeah, don't have such a punchable face right now. Okay, what about you?
Thankful. I'm thankful for this team. We are, I'm saying we had an awesome year, because anything you put into escrow like today and tomorrow is probably the last things that could maybe close by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So our production for the year is pretty set. Any activities, even this live stream, is all for next year production. And a new workspace that is not a real estate office, but will be dope, and you guys will see that. I am not thankful. I'm not thankful for interest rates and a Fed and a rate path trajectory, the inability to follow and make plans. Now, whether I'm a homeowner making plans, I'm a real estate business owner making plans, we can't make plans because we just never know. So I assume the worst, hope for the best, and control what I can control. That's in my business planning, right? Do I sign the lease for a new office? Scary thing. I mean, not very many real estate teams, especially ones that don't have a property management arm. Not very many real estate sales teams have a really nice space to work at or film content at and do their solar sales at, not real estate. Do I sign this lease? Do I XYZ? I'm a home buyer as well. Does Mahi buy a house? Does Aiden buy his house? Like, the Fed's really hard to follow, and the election cycle and all of the predictions that go in every direction around that are really hard to follow. So I'm not thankful for the confusion, but I guess in a way I am, because the skilled ones will prevail, and we've so far year over year prevailed. Yeah. I'm thankful for our past clients too. We've gotten, as you would expect, as you build and build and build, and your business gets wider and you touch more people, we've got more and more referrals. Now, whether that's an actual client or just a fan of the channel referring or whatever, we've gotten a lot more referrals in recent times. So thankful for that as well. What else? Any more thanks?
I'm thankful for the team being flexible and always having each other's back without any expectation of oh, well, what are you going to do for me if I do that for you? And how that affects me personally is it gives me the opportunity to go spend time with my other half, when he has a weekend.
Or be a parent.
Go be a parent, or, just little things that are very hard to balance when you work as much as we do.
Yeah.
And do as much production and just are all over the place as much as we are. I'm thankful for a team that always is just kind of down to catch your back, whenever you need it.
Yeah. And again, we at the beginning of the thing, we talked about our clients may or may not feel it, but it's, as you should be when you're a client, you're very selfish. My needs, my needs, my needs. Not the exact same thing, but I was talking with my counselor, therapist, basically after my dad died, and he was like, yeah, you are in a state, which I'm coming out of everyone should stop. And the whole world should stop, but it doesn't. When you're buying a house, it's everything in the world should be around this. But fact of the matter is, I have to go to my son's football game. Aiden's got to go to the gym and lift,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and he has, you know, personal relationships as well. Mahi's got to be a parent and a fiance, a wife to her dad.
I gotta go take care of my special needs child, dad.
Yeah, and all kinds of things. But our clients almost never feel that because of the team dynamic.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so
Unsung,
true.
unsung hero. Thankful for Kenji, who doesn't get the shine. The head might be shiny.
Man, you beat me.
The head might be shiny, but he doesn't get the shine on camera. We have great lending team, great partners. We have a lot to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Did any questions pop up?
Oh.
Amen.
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 Hey, Derek. Quick question for you. And Mahe, my name's Mahe. With interest rate announcement next month, what are your thoughts of real estate as we transition? Do you think it will positively impact real estate with interest rate announcement next month?
I've met a lot of people who are Trumpers, and they're like, there's just this sort of joy, optimism, even arrogance at times. Trump, good for markets, good for money, good for everything. Trump, maybe not good for being like nice and eloquent, but good for everything else. And let's just keep it real. I doubt of all the people who are watching, who will watch, that any of us are real experts in macroeconomics. That being said, one of the smartest people I know in my whole Rolodex, who was right about NVIDIA and very early and told us to invest, was right about Bitcoin and very early, right about NFTs and very early, right about other stocks and very early, who #1 SAT in the state his year he graduated. One of the smartest people we all know. Acknowledges Trump good for moving markets in general, but also acknowledges Trump pretty inflationary, and tariffs, if implemented, will have a very inflationary effect. And we kind of touched on it last week, but you know, tariff, it's like thing costs this much, tariff add this much. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? To make it in America, it would still be this much. Mm-hmm. And so even with the tariff, we just pay that. We buy the Chinese one for this much rather than the American one for this much. That's a super simplified version of what he was saying. And yeah, inflation could go crazy. And then if it does, that's bad for affordability. But the thing is, owning real estate's better in that situation. If copper and lumber and labor goes up 20%, you want to own the copper and the lumber and the thing that took labor to put the copper and the lumber together. You want assets when there's inflation. That's like rain. It's like dollars falling from the sky. You need a bucket to catch them. So will it be good? I don't know. I don't know what would be good, because interest rates lowering would be bad for affordability too. For a small window, so people would get in at a good time, but then it would be stupid again. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think what is good is getting a side hustle, reading a lot of good books, changing who I am for the best I can, controlling what I can control, house hacking, teaming up with family members. Those are all good things I know that I can control.
Yeah.
Are other things good? It's hard for me to answer. Sorry, I know that's like a crazy answer to your question, right? But that's my answer. Beina Hassan, the core team Hawaii, which we're on IG, but I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Correct me. Beina. Is that how you'd say it?
I have no idea.
Miss
I'm gonna,
Hassan,
go out on a limb
the core
and say.
team Hawaii team is great. I respect that you operate with integrity. Thank you for providing great info to the mainland people that need your knowledge and guidance. Thank you for this channel. Thank you. Well, it's for everyone. You'd be surprised. Like, we get people in Hawaii throwing some stones, like, oh, you only make these videos for people on the mainland. Like, people in Hawaii or from Hawaii love this channel.
Yes.
And
small antidote. Not antidote. Not an antidote.
An antelope?
I didn't get a snake bite or something. It's an anecdote.
Antelope.
Antelope. small antelope. I had a high school classmate reach out, and she is just local girl. Obviously, we went to the same high school together. We grew up together. Well, we grew up around each other. We didn't like have the same classes or anything. I remember, amazing artist, but she is ready to move back home. She wants to move back home to her family. And her parents, well, they've been like talking about, her moving back home. She's like, oh, check this girl out, or check these guys out. And it was us. And she sends her our video, our Pro City video that we did, because they're from Pro City too. And she's like, oh my God, like I went to school with her.
Yeah.
So it's not, and it's so many stories just like that of people, like local people watching our videos because it like brings up memories. I had so much people come talk to me about the Pro City video.
I'm going to acknowledge that Mahe actually has good English, is very eloquent. And so when she says, I had so much people. In Pidgin, that's okay to say it like that.
What's wrong with that? Anyway, moving on.
I had so many people.
I had so much people.
Yeah. She had shifted to Pidgin Mahe. I just want to say.
Because I was talking about Pro City?
Yeah.
So you just like
in your high school.
time warp yourself over there?
Yeah.
But so many people reach out and talk to us about how, either they live here currently and they just like watching because it brings back memories for them in different neighborhoods where they grew up, or they have moved away and they are dreaming about moving back home. Like, I know that a lot of relocation people benefit from the channel as well, but I'm really, really appreciative of our local people who watch. And
I love it all, man. I love good
all
humans.
of it. Yes, it's just we have such amazing, and like attracts like, right?
On average, our humans from this channel are very good.
Yeah, I'll
working
fight
with
anybody.
I get one or two who wasn't the best.
Nah. No, but like even our like the best is like so chill compared to like out in the wild
bottom
people.
of our like the couple of clients who maybe weren't nice or something compared to most real estate.
That's like everybody's everyday.
That's
experience.
their average.
Yeah,
because they're doing business based on sales tactics and scripts and tricks and conversion rather than authentic relationships. So their relationships on average they're not like us. They're not like us.
They're not like us.
Yeah. But I just like good people. I think living on the mainland, you start out, can we say your word you have for that? Where you're like super Hawaiian on the mainland?
Oh.
Is that offensive?
Yes.
It's offensive?
Yeah.
Okay, we won't say it.
Can I say that?
You gotta DM us for that one. But there's living on the mainland, especially if you're young, you start out like you go super moke, you like regress into
living on the mainland as like a Hawaiian or
as
a local person
you're like, you're the most ridiculous gold chain, the
Wipers,
shirt you would never wear back home.
Yeah.
And then because you're like signaling for your kind, like you want to find local people, and you assume that's who you have to hang out with. And then I see it all the time. You're in Vegas, there's an exception because there's so many like local people to choose from, but you just look for good humans. And yes, everything Mahi said about our local people is true. One of the reasons why Mahi and I started working together and I was feeling her out, I was like, are you for good humans or are you just for like local people? And you're like, we could be both. And I was like, yep. I mean, in a nutshell, I was like, yep, can be both. We can like celebrate our local relationships and those local wins and with unapologetically, but also just good humans, who cares where they're from.
Yeah, I think that's why when people try to throw stones, I don't lose sleep over that because I have not helped a person that I haven't genuinely liked. I have not helped a person buy a home who I was not so thoroughly thrilled for them to be in a home. You know what I mean? Oh, well. One. Only one.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of people who aren't
I'm so
from
glad
here.
you didn't type that into the comments on accident. Oh, my God.
Speaking of people who aren't from here but are our core team Hawaii Good Humans, Kenny got a thank and a not thank maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thankful to have another meeting with another trusting client in about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So,
what am I not thankful for? I missed the fall weather on the mainland.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not grateful for this beautiful warm weather in Hawaii when
I
it's
was
supposed
gonna
to be
say that.
cold
I
and
was gonna
wet.
say, well, you're not beautiful for this sunshine.
Yeah, I'm not going to trade it out. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
leaving, but
Yeah, you better not.
the color change. No, I'm not going anywhere.
okay.
Fall changing colors,
Yeah.
leaves on the ground.
I've never
Putting a
experienced
hoodie
that.
on.
So just the thought of that is like so alluring to
Yeah,
me.
right.
No, I mean, I just came back from Tennessee where stuff had like already just changed. So I was like, oh, the leaves are like dying and falling off, but I've never had like that.
Yeah. So keeping the not thankful very, very simple and
Yeah.
straightforward.
Oh, yeah.
What am I thankful for? Being a part of the team, having clients that love us and having a fan base from the channel that reach out and ask questions and trust and believe in us to put a step forward into a big, important decision and a journey. And we try to make it fun and make it simple on them. And sometimes that means it's really hard and there's some thankless stuff in the background happening. But we do, like you said, we're genuinely very, very, very happy for every client that reaches out to us, and the relationship builds more than the transaction does. That's probably the best part for me in the way that we connect with people. And yes, I think there probably is one that maybe we won't say. But
Yeah. I was like, oh, forgot about that one. Oh, yeah.
but yeah, no, just there's so much to be thankful for. We could spend a ton of screen time, but the relationships, the friendship, the family here, and none of that happens without being super thankful for the trust in our clients.
Yeah,
So
100%.
That's where I'm at with it.
Thanks, Kenny. All
Of
right.
course.
Well, thank you guys. We are grateful for you as always. Thanks so much for hanging out with us every Tuesday. If you got questions for us, leave them in the comments so that we can address them next week. But until we see you guys again, have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Thanks as always for rocking with Core Team Hawaii, and we will see you next time.
Happy Thanksgiving.